Hi everybody, I'm back again with yet another video. That's quite a few lately, paying up for lost time. So today I'm sharing with you the process of me making a Carabelle zine. It's a zine using Carabelle products. So I'm starting out with a sheet of paper. It is Strathmore Vision mixed media paper. It's 98 pounds. It is very nice paper. I really like it. It takes media pretty well. It's nice and smooth. But if you get it too wet, like if you keep going back with more water, it will pill a little. So I don't recommend it if you're using a lot of water on it. So anyway, I did a little bit of scribble on the background before I added the paint. I don't even know if it really, oh yeah, it shows up a little bit in the finished product. I just use, I think it's watercolor pencils and some are Stabilo All pencils. And then I'm going over it with some paint. And I'm just like putting the color all over the paper, not going for anything in particular, just trying to space it all out. And I use majority of golden paints. I'm trying to use them more. Like where they're so expensive, I find I kind of like, I don't use them a lot because they cost so much money, but like what's the point in having them if you're not going to use them? And plus with golden paints, they're so highly pigmented, a little goes a long way. So I think they're worth the money. I love them. So anyway, I started out with the high flows, 2 golden high flows, and those were in the Fluorescent Pink and Hansa Yellow Medium. And then that bluish color, oh my goodness, that's a new to me one. And that is a light phthalo green. I love it. It's a new favorite. I'm using this color right here is actually a Liquitex Basics paint, and it's Fluorescent Red, and I love it. It is so nice. It's a very fun color. I recommend that one too. I do find with the fluorescent color, it is a bit more, I don't know, it's not as thick, and it goes on a bit more transparent than the other Liquitex Basics paints. So this color here is a made color. I can't remember what the exact mixed is, but I do know I used I think turquoise and I think some Liquitex light green. I don't know. I mixed a whole bunch of colors. I will list all the paint colors that I used. How I mixed this one exactly, I don't remember. Like to get the dark one, and then I used that same color and just added more white and I think more yellow to get the second color that I used. So just play with your paint colors. That's one thing I've been doing lately. It's actually mixing my colors and just playing with them, and it's been so fun. Like there's colors that, there's an orange color. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's a golden paint. And looking at it in the tube, it doesn't look like something I would use. But then I mixed it with like a white gesso, and I love it. It just takes it down a notch and makes it like one of my favorite colors. I decided to slow this part down a little so I can explain it without having to try to rush. Here is the making part of the zine. So this fold that's made here lengthwise, that's called your hot dog fold. Then when you turn it and fold it this way, this is called your hamburger fold. Once you do this fold, you have a choice. You can either go back to it with the hot dog fold and then fold those edges inward and you'll have long skinny pages, or you can keep it this way and fold the edges in towards the center and you'll have shorter, wider pages. Both are great, so it depends on how you want your pages to be. I went with the shorter and wide. So I'm taking that end and I'm folding it up to that center crease line. And that one is from folding it hamburger. And then you turn it around and you do the same thing with the other end. And really try to line it up as best as you can. Now, once the zine is turned into a book, you'll drive yourself crazy trying to make it perfect. The edges will not perfectly line up. It just doesn't happen. And it's just something you have to live with or you will go insane. But honestly, once your book is done, you don't really care because it looks so fabulous. I am just loving the colors on these pages. It makes me so happy. So then you turn it and you fold it, like you open it out again and you fold it hamburger, and then you cut along that crease line up to the perpendicular fold line that you can see. And there you go. And then you open it back up, fold it hot dog, and push so it meets up like that. It's really very simple. It's kind of hard to explain without you being in front of me and me showing you and telling you as I'm doing it. It's just, I don't know. I'm sure if you haven't already made a bazillion zines, then if you watch this video, like that section a couple times, you'll be able to do it no problem. It's not difficult. I go through phases where I just love making them. So here I'm just trying to decide which way I want it to be the front. I love the pages so much that I didn't know what I wanted to do with them. Like I didn't want to cover them up a lot. And I really didn't want to fuss around with stamping and coloring images and cutting them out. That is like one of my least favorite things to do. And I was loving this album so much that I wanted to keep enjoying it. I didn't want to wreck it by having to stamp images and cut them out. So what I decided to do was go with quotes. And all I did was I just went on Google and I typed in positive quotes. And then I just read until I found ones that I really liked. Because I wanted this album to be positive, and like I said, I really like how it turned out and I love the colors. So I can have it sitting out so I can enjoy it. And then I can, you know, if you need that little boost, you can read some of the quotes and hopefully lift your spirits, or, you know, kind of a reminder like, hey, it's not so bad. You can do it. So this was a really quick and easy album to make once I decided that I was going to go with quotes. Like, so easy. You can make this in I bet you could do it in a half hour. If that long. The longest, I think, was finding the quotes and then typing them out on the computer and printing them off. Because the album doesn't take long at all. Oh, and I know I was too busy gabbing that I didn't tell you what stencils I use, but I'll have them listed down below. No worries. They were all by Carabelle, but I will list them out in the description. So I just wanted it to have a little bit of a backdrop, so while the paint was wet, I just added some permanent adhesive to the back, and then the paint kind of acts a little bit like an adhesive as well, and I just stuck it down. The only thing is, like, I had to wait for, like, I couldn't completely turn the pages and let the page lay against the next one because the paint would have transferred. So that slowed me down a little, waiting for the paint to dry, but again, still a very quick album to make. And I like the look of the paint in the background, like behind the quote. It just has this, I don't know, messy, arty vibe. I like it. And of course, I had to use my finger. That one, I did a bit too much paint. That one took forever to dry. So I do recommend doing a thin layer. The front cover was bothering me the most. I know I said you'll drive yourself crazy wanting it to be perfect, but this was really open and really not lined up. So I just put a piece of washi tape there, and then I'm just adding some glue to the edges just so they stay closed. And I find with that washi tape there, you don't notice that it's so uneven. And it's a nice decorative finish. So win-win. You do not have to glue your pages together like this. And most of the time I don't. I guess I was just being picky with this one. So for the cover, again, I didn't want to do a lot, so I just took one of these Carabelle stamps, and I thought I would stamp that out in a color, and I put that on the front of the page, and then do, what did I do? Another, not, I guess you could call it a quote. It's very, very short. It's another Carabelle stamp. It's a stamp that has a whole bunch of things on it, like little phrases. And the one I went with was "Listen to your art." So I thought that was kind of cute because, you know, I put positive quotes in there, like as a reminder, like, you know, to not be so hard on yourself and stuff like that. So, and it's an arty album. And you want to listen to what the quotes are saying, and so I thought "Listen to your art" was a cute one to go with. I did think about cutting this stamp up so all the phrases were separate, but I decided not to after, and I just took some masking tape and I'm covering what I don't want to ink. And then I ink it up and then I pull the tape off. And I find that the easiest way to do it. See, it's so simple, but I really like how it looks. Sometimes simple is just great. I think a lot of the time we think we need to add more and more and more. And I'm guilty of it. I really am. If I don't add a quote or a focal image or something, I feel like it's not finished. And I'm really trying to break myself of that, because who says your art page can't just simply be the art? I mean, isn't that kind of what abstract is? When you think about it, abstract, a lot of the times it's just a bunch of lines and shapes and stuff, and you know, I know it tends to draw your eye in a certain place, but there's no like main thing for you to focus on. So don't feel like you have to put a quote down. Sorry about that. Or, so sorry. I just want to mute it so it doesn't do it again. Don't feel like you have to add a focal image or a quote. If you are absolutely in love with your journal page and it already makes you so happy, then let it be. Isn't that the whole purpose of making art, is to just get it out, be creative, and hopefully you love what you create. That doesn't always happen, but when it does, I mean, hold on to that. There's no need to go further. If you already love it, just leave it. It is your art, your journal. Now, I have to listen to my own advice too. So I just went in with this Posca pen and went over the circles. I thought about doing more with the other images as well, but I kept it simple and I just stopped with the circles. And that is it for my album. I'm going to do another flip through, and I really do hope you like it and make one for yourself. It is a really nice, fun, quick project, just something to, I don't know, when you want to be creative, and it is so nice to be able to sit down and play and actually get it finished in one shot. That is awesome. So go do one. I highly recommend it. Bye guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let me know if you like my videos by leaving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also head over to my Instagram account and say hi to me over there. If you have any video requests, leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. And don't forget to check out my other videos.